All right, it's time for another weekly Squardle. This is number 188. If you're not familiar with Squardle, it's like Wordle on a grid. We're guessing a row and a column at the same time. This 8 is how many guesses we have remaining. Last week, I tried to solve the grid without actually guessing any of the answer words, and I failed by accidentally doing too good and guessing an answer word. So I'm going to do the same thing again this week, see if I can manage it this time. Start with store. It's unlikely to be the starting word, but it could be. You never know. All right. Well, we got the S. That's a good start. That's a good start. So now, the first row and column, we should be able to guess without guessing the word, as long as we don't, use the S again. So, let's see. We got R and E. It's not going to be SR. It's probably like an ER. Not necessarily, but, it's a decent chance of that. We could do an R here. We really don't know anything about the second row and column, so let's go punch. Okay, now, what do we know about the third? We've got an O and an N in the column, but not in the row. We could do SN potentially. Something like sneer is possible. So there's not an E over here, though. I was gonna say we could do something with an E right now. Do I want to do new letter? I'm gonna do new letter. I'm just gonna go daily. Store punch daily is my 3-word start if I want to do a 3-word start on this game. So, okay. Interesting. There's an A across here. So I'm thinking A here. Doesn't have to be, but but they're P. The P. It's not SP. So it's probably not. Ooh. So if you put the A here, right? Which is kind of a, like, because we got the orange, and that's a good place for a vowel typically. But then the R, it's not going to be SR, so it would have to be R here, but then the P would have to go there, and that's not going to work. So it's probably, but there's no E. There's no I or U in the grid, or Y, so we only have A, O, and E for vowels, and there's no E, so it has to be A and O. Oh, there's no O. So it has to be A in this word. Wow. It has to be A. I mean, SR is not going to work, right? And so my instinct is to do like RP, but we can't do. We could do RP here, but that's no good. Huh? I don't know. It's got to have A's because there's no I, U, or Y, and there's no E, and there's no O. I don't know. This starting EA could be good. We do have an O and an N though. So I'm not sure. There's an A across here. It's not second. It's probably not gonna be third. I don't know. Okay. I mean, I'm thinking E, but that's about all I've got to go on for this 4th row and column. I still can't. I feel like I should be able to figure out this first column here. S, P, R, and A. Something like spark, but obviously can't be that. Scrap. We've got the yellow C over here. Scrap. Okay, there we go. Wow. I don't know why that didn't come to me earlier. Okay, so now I'm thinking A here. So we could do we could do an A up here. That's not terrible. We have the red N, but that doesn't mean that the N is up there. So A here could be good. We've got the A. So let's do A and maybe try some sort of new letters as much as we can. My first thought is ample, which isn't bad other than the L. I don't hate that, even though it's got the L. It helps us know that we're not going to accidentally guess the right word. And I think that's pretty good. We do need, there's probably a P down here. There's definitely a P in the first column. I think it's down here. But checking some other places for P's isn't bad. We do have an E in the last row and column. We haven't done M yet. That's pretty good. I'm going to go with that. Okay, I don't hate that. I don't hate that. Got the A and the E's. Nice. Now, okay, and there is an A in this fourth column. There's probably a lot of A's and E's in the grid, obviously, and O's, but... okay, so there is an O. Right. And it's not first, second, or third, so it's one of these two. It could be O-E, but otherwise... O there isn't bad. Something like anode would be interesting. That's not terrible. We've got the red N. Okay, so there's an A in this first row. It's not going to be AA. I think this is going to be an A. We do have the orange here as well. And then this could still be an E. Something like Saber or Saner. We have the N there, Saner. That's possible. This, well, we could do Nacho. No, there's no H. I still like the O there, I think. There's a P in this row. It's not third or fourth. I'm pretty sure it's not over here. And so, oh, and it can't be second, the P up here. So I think it has to be a P over here. Okay. Ooh. What is this gonna be? Is there any chance that this is a P? This would have to be the R. I don't think so. I think it's gonna be scrap. I really think that's good. Because the C is not fourth, it's obviously not third, it's not second. So unless it's at the end. Roped or roper. Roped is pretty good. What are we gonna do here? Well, let's do... Shoot, I can't guess roped in case that is the actual answer. But... I don't think, like, ropey is a word. We could try that if it is. No. Well, we could do... what do I do? I could do not the R. What about poped? Is that a word? He poped around. He acted like the Pope. Nope, didn't think so. All right, what do we think this is going to be down here? Maybe that's a good question. Pained is possible. We do have the N. Let's do paper, because it could be roper and painter. It's not necessarily a D. This could be an R here too. P-A-P. If these are both right, we'll get several of the letters, but not the answer. And I don't think paper can be... No, paper can't be one of the answers, because there can't be a P here, and there can't be a P at the start of this one. So let's go paper. I don't think that's terrible. Okay? Okay. So, I mean, I think I'm on the right track here. Roped and pained, or not paled. Paved is possible too with a V, although OV at the end of a word isn't great. Okay. So what are we gonna do now? Let's do Caner, because that'll get a Saner if that's right, and it'll check for that C there. Okay, it's not. I wondered about the N, because it could be saver for one thing, safer. Okay, so and the C. So yeah, so this is now. I mean, unless it's SRC, these are definites now. Okay, so what is this gonna be? C something, A something, O? And this has an N, which I'm thinking is here. Yeah, it has to be here. This is a definite N now. This is essentially a definite O. It's not first, it's not third. I mean, theoretically, you could have an O down here, but P-A-O-E, that's not going to work. I don't know if it's an N, but... Well, no, well, again, it's probably an N, because the N isn't first, second, or third. So it's definitely N and O here. I think it's got to be in that order. Okay, and then... I don't know... M, N, O. There's no M. And this, before the N, can't be an A or an O. If it's a vowel, it has to be an E. Maybe it's not a vowel. But could we we need an L somewhere. Could we put an L here? C-L-A is good, but I don't... What's going on with the O at the end? Oh! No. Okay. This is not an O, it's an E, and this is an L. Panel and repel. Okay, and so then, I mean, this could be an L. Could it be an R? It could be an R as well. Alana? Is that a thing? That's like a name. Arena, C-R-A. Okay, this is looking better. So, there's a few things. This can't be crate. It could be crave, and evade. We have the orange A. I didn't even see that. Okay, so this is, I mean, not a definite A, but basically. And recap. And bacon and saber. There we go. Okay. So now we just need to we need to solve it without solving any of the words. Effectively. Oh man, if this was a word, that would be great, but I don't think it is. Or creve, no. Let's do crane. Okay, that'll get several of the greens. Oh, we're down. Oh no, we're down to one. Oh no, I wasn't paying attention. So we have to get. Oh no, I have to get one of. Well, just doing the B, we'll get it. Just doing the B. Beacon. I don't think that's how you spell beacon, isn't it? Isn't it B-E-A? We could try that though. That's what I thought. I can't do bacon. I need to do the B in order to get a bonus guess. I wasn't even paying attention to that. That's the problem with not guessing the answers. You gotta finish the words eventually, but... Okay, so... is there is there B something C-O-N? Besides bacon, I don't think there is. And I don't know if there's anything like this other than recap. If I didn't need to get a bonus guess, I could do pecan, which would get the E-C-A and the N. We could do began. That's pretty good. It's gonna get the B, the E, the A, and the N. That's pretty good. Let's go began. Okay. Which gets us... Oh, 2 bonus guesses. I didn't even see arena. Yes, we got saber and arena. So now we're doing better. We're down to 2 guesses, and we've only got 5 letters left to get. So, is there something V-O-D? I don't know if there is. I don't think so. So let's just do something with the O-D. Foods. Why not? There we go. Okay, that finished off that word. And now I think we're on the last row because we just need to do anything ending with an L. So we'll do the usual guess. And then we're back up at the top. We need the R, just the R. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll do a moronic guess. Why not? And then we need to get the V. But we can't do crave. We can dig ourselves a grave. Why not? That seems good. And finally, we don't want to recap, and we don't want to have any bacon. I could use some bacon, actually. That sounds good for breakfast. I haven't had breakfast yet. Maybe that. I should probably eat before I solve. It might help. But anything with a C. How about some cocoa? We'll have some cocoa. There we go. All right. Well, I completed the challenge this time. It's a good thing I looked at the guesses, because I was kind of sometimes It's so unusual for me to actually be in trouble with the number of guesses, unless I'm doing like the multi, puzzle solve. I don't even pay any attention to it most of the time, because I just sort of assume it's not going to be a problem. But all right, Saber, Crave, Recap, Anode, Panel, Scrap, Arena, Bacon, Evade, and Repel. There we go. All right, pretty interesting one. There was a few little problems there where I knew the answers, but it was hard to come up with a good guess that got several of the letters without being one of the answers. So anyways, if you've tried this challenge, let me know how it went for you, and whether you were doing this challenge or not, let me know how your solve of this week's puzzle went. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more.